Welcome everybody to 1 hour of miniature goodness. Now let's keep our fingers crossed that the sound is working okay tonight. So let me know if the sound is all okay and we shall continue. While I'm checking everything out, I shall say hello to people in chat. We've got Scorpio, of course, Ty's in chat, Nath's in chat, Mike Lancer Games, Michelle, of course. Anyone else there? Anyone else? And Gerald's there. Hello, Gerald. Now, today we are painting the Viking set from Wizkids Games. But before I start, I want to give a shout out to my Scorpio. Scorpio is not very well at the minute because she's had to change her tablets and medication. And for some reason, the medication that she has changed to has given her this really weird, strange cough. And it's really quite nasty. So send her all your love, because she's here in chat. But she needs all the support she can get at the minute because it's not nice when you got to change her medication. So she's going a bit doolally at the minute. But loads of love to my lovely Scorpio. Okay, let's carry on. I'm going to show you these miniatures. I know I showed you before, but I just want to show you again what we're going to be painting. Now we've got a complete set of Vikings from Wizkids Games, and we've got these little barrels, and they come in a separate pack altogether. Now all these miniatures you can buy from Mighty Lancer Games in the UK, and of course if you're my patron you will get a further 10% off. Absolutely awesome. So let me zoom in a little bit and show you what we've got here, and then I'm going to do some painting. Let's get some focus on these minis. Let's get a bit closer. What I'll do, I'll just quickly go through the minis and then I'm going to start getting them all painted up. So what we've got here is lots of NPCs and Vikings, and what's really nice about these miniatures as well is they're very easy to paint because you're going to be using browns, lots of browns today. And of course what I'll do is all the Vikings, they'll all have blonde hair. They could actually fit in with the Rohan games as well, then you could use them for Rohan if they've got the blonde hair. But all very nice. I've had to remove a few mould lines on some of the miniatures, which is normal with the Wizkids miniatures. Now Wizkids miniatures do come pre-primed with a Vallejo grey primer, so you can paint on top, but I do recommend if you remove any of the mould lines to go back over the miniature with the initial grey primer. And of course you can buy all the Vallejo paints from Mighty Lancer Games as well. And you can buy all the brushes. In fact, Mighty Lancer Games has everything you need in the UK. But because these are Vikings, all the colours, drab as I call it, they're all going to be dark colours. There's not going to be any bright colours. So, like I say, it's going to be lots of browns today. I'm not going to get the whole set finished. But what we can do is we can get all the pillars done. And I'll show you how I do the wood effects on the pillars. And I get the gold done. I mean, Vikings do have a lust for gold, so you will find pieces of gold in their armour, and like on here, we'll have gold going on those stripes on the wood there, and of course that on the top, the little symbol on the top, I'll paint that in gold as well. We've got a little table here. It looks like a fur rug on top, and you've got two little seats for the long table. So what you've got initially really is you've got you could make a full Mead house, should I say, and also you've got the Viking king, I should say, or the Viking lord on his seat. So and it does come off, so it makes it easier to paint. So we can paint that separate. And I say it's all woods, and wood is very simple to paint, so this shouldn't be a hard set. We also got a little Mead Fireplace like you see in the Vikings film. It's got a clear base. I'm going to paint that white and then just add some flames, and then we'll dry brush black to make it look like coal effects. And we've got a little cooking piggy. So we've got a little roast pig on a spit, which is very nice as well. And I assume we'll go into the middle of our little fireplace. What else have we got? We got these little mead barrels. Very simple, just little mead barrels. And the Vikings do like their mead. We got this one guy, and he looks like he's holding a plate of cookies. So he's my favourite now. he's got milk. He's got a little jug of milk, and he's got some cookies. So he's coming round to my house for tea. And we got some little shields on here, which I think get stuck onto the pillars. Cookies. Okay, now I'm using a mixture of paints today. I give it a cheer, Nath. What we got here is I got some Msp paint here, and the reason why I want to show you this one and not the Veleco is because it's a tricolour. It's a tricolour set from Msp Paints, and what it is, you've got the three colours that are perfect for Vikings. You got your shield brown, you got your wood stain brown, and you got your driftwood brown. So you got your three browns that are perfect for highlighting, undercoating, and doing all your browns for this set. I'm also going to be using a charcoal brown. I've also got a green brown. So all the browns today. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get it on the palette, and then we'll get cracking. So for some reason my chair has shrunk a little bit today, so I'm kind of painting on a funny angle here. So all I'm going to do is start getting some paint on the palette first, and we're starting off with the darks because this is all for our first primer coat. Now wood stain brown is actually my favourite paint. Again, when you got the Games Workshop paints, it used to be the what was it now? Rhinox hide. Rhinox hide was my go-to paint. Absolutely used it for everything. But now I've found this one, which is wood stain brown, and for me it's just perfect for everything I do. So let's see if we can get a painting angle where you can see what I'm doing, and you've got focus. I think that's about right. So straight in, and I'm just going to fly through these, get the paint on, and while one piece is drying we can move on to the next piece. I watched the last season of Vikings on Prime. I have to say I wasn't keen how it ended. I absolutely love Vikings, but the last season was a bit naff. Was a bit naff in my book. So I'm just using a regiment brush to get on this brown. If I can just show you some of the wood items I do today before my hour is finished, that'll be quite good. We should be able to get the table, or we should be able to get the pillars done, and hopefully we'll get the table done, and the king's chair, we could get that done as well. With Discord, by the way, most of you are my patrons on Discord. I have moved away a little bit from the Discord channel because I have been having trouble with my eyes again. So what I'm doing is I'm popping onto Discord in the morning, and I'm looking at everybody's work and everybody's pictures, and I'll leave comments and things in the morning. So I'll be around for a couple of hours every morning, and then I'm trying to move away a little bit from Discord, especially while Claire isn't very well, and just to try and get my eyesight back to 100%, because what's happening is I'm painting all the time, and then of course while painting I'm reading everything on Discord, social media, so my eyes are straining at the monitor, then going back to what I'm painting, going at the monitor, so of course it's causing havoc with my eyes. So it's not that I don't love you all, it's because I'm just trying to look after my eyeballs. I am on Discord, but it's very early in the morning when I start, normally about 3-4 o'clock. But if you do have any important messages and need to get in contact with me, you can definitely just direct message me, and you know I'll get back in touch with you. Now this brown, I absolutely love this brown. It's the perfect darkness, and you can work this colour from anything. It's for the boats, wood. I've used it for all my tabletop world buildings. I used it for my boats now. It's just anything with wood. This first initial brown, wood stain brown, it just really is a very nice dark brown to make a start on your miniatures, and it's a very nice consistency straight out of the bottle. It's not too thick, it's not too runny, and it gives a really nice coat for that first initial coat that I'm doing. It's very fast, it goes on well. Yes, my optician, believe it or not, I went to see my optician, and it was crazy because he was doing my eyes, and he says to me, oh, he says, you're Michael Morder, you live down the road from here, don't you? I said, yeah. He says, oh, I'm a commission painter as well. So my optician is a commission painter. And so he knew exactly what type of glasses I needed. So what I got these bifocals, which are extra strong at the bottom, so I can actually see my work. And then of course you got your long range vision at the top, so I can kind of look at Twitter and watch movies throughout the day as well. It's a small world though, eh? When even your optician. I mean, what's crazy is my optician. He probably it's his own business. He's probably earning quite a lot of money as an optician, and yet he's painting miniatures on top of. But he's such a nice guy. He's a really nice guy, and he knows his stuff. And the glasses I've got now are just fantastic. Don't say. Who are you saying's rubbish? Don't you dare say that. That's awful. I thought he was a very nice painting. Thank you very much. I think he did a fantastic job. And you shouldn't say nasty things about other people. Thank you for following. Oh, I can't say that. Toofski. Will you all please tell me if the sound is okay? I'm going to be paranoid until I know it's all 100%. What's happened is I did find out that Twitter, the last stream I had, and we had that terrible sound issue. It wasn't my computer. Twitter actually went dead. It had major problems all that evening. Other streamers couldn't actually stream at all. It was Twitch Michelle. Now, if I can get this brown on as fast as possible, I can do some dry brushing, and we can get these nice little tables and the chair and all the other little bits done. I mean, an hour I know is not very long, but it's enough to show you the actual miniatures I'm painting and have a little chat and say hello to everybody. Hello, Brian. Awesome to see Brian. Now, if no one knows Brian, Brian is a huge DM in the USA. Absolutely amazing guy. Yeah, feeling the love. I've been, you've probably all noticed I've been doing this daily paint every day on Twitter, and it's really really taking me to unknown boundaries. You got Goblin Squire is doing it. You got Geek Curio is doing it. You got Mighty Lancer Games. You got Tim. Tim is doing the daily challenge as well. And it's a really good way to show off your work and get yourself motivated to paint more minis. I mean, I have to do my minis anyway because they're for you guys. But it's really a bit of fun posting them on Twitter every day and showing you all what I'm doing. Okay, a little bit more wood stain. I know it's not much fun watching me paint brown onto plastic, but it needs to be done. I wanted to show you the miniatures before I added the paint, that's why. And like I say, if you want any of these miniatures and you live in the UK, Mighty Lancer Games has the complete range of Wizkids miniatures, and if they haven't got the miniatures, normally they can send away and get the miniatures for you anyway. Okay, let's get these little ones done. Hello, Dover Cook. Oh, Tommy's doing the daily as well. Tommy Madv, he's also doing the daily paint on Twitter. If anybody new has come to the channel, my channel is based on a speed painting skill. It is for beginners, and all my miniatures are painted to just a tabletop standard. I'm not trying to do super fantastic paints. I'm trying to do a tabletop quality paint for gaming. There's lots and lots, in fact there's thousands of channels that do professional showcase standard painting. What I'm trying to do is introduce you into painting and to try and give you some inspiration on how to paint tabletop miniatures. At the end of the day, I am a gamer and a painter, so I want all my miniatures painted, but I want them to a nice standard, a nice tabletop quality for my games, and that's what this channel is about, painting your miniatures to look great in your games. And what I try to do is find the fastest and easiest way to paint the miniature, and then you guys can follow and copy, and it makes life a lot easier if you find little hints and tips. And if any part of my channel helps you in any way, then my job is done. I still find Twitch is terrifying for me, knowing that people are watching me paint. I'm sure that will never go away. It's part of the package of Twitch, but I do really enjoy my painting. Hello, Muse's Touch. And it's really nice when I get my regular crowd on. And it's also why I do an hour. An hour streaming means hopefully I'm not going to bore. Thank you for thank you Steam. Thank you for following Steamy Boat 981. Steamy Boat, awesome. And now I've forgotten my train of thought. Yes, an hour. I think an hour personally is perfect for a stream. It means it's not too long. It's not too short. I'm like that. I'm like the three bears. It's just right. It's just right. Okay, now this is the throne. Absolutely beautiful little throne. Again, we're going to go with brown. Thank you for subscribing, Brian. Awesome stuff. Now, I don't know if many of my patrons saw my post about the Klingons. Remember, I posted some pictures of some Klingons. It was Brian who sent me the miniatures, which are from Hero Forge, which I am painting for him, and they look absolutely fantastic. I'm just trying to get the brown done on his wood, and hopefully, what time are we? We're nearly on 1:30 already. So what I'll do is I'll get the wood done, and we'll just fly through the wood, and I can actually get these hopefully all finished for you today. Maybe if anyone's interested, I can do a two-part for this one, and I can show you how to paint all the little minis as well, all the little NPCs. Just let me know in comments if you'd like to see a part 2 of this one. But you know I'm going to post a finished video onto YouTube anyway once these are all done. They are absolutely beautiful little miniatures. and they're going to look fantastic in any game. And the NPCs, they will not look wrong in any of your Dungeons and Dragons games. They will work with anything. They got that old school look to them. Very, very nice. When you paint any miniature, you always paint the largest areas first. So we're doing all the brown, and then we'll do all the dry brushing on the brown, and then we can start detailing as well. It's very, very simple once you get a routine of what you're doing for your painting. Now, as you can see, what I'm doing, because he's holding the miniatures by hand, is doing most of the miniature, and then I'm putting the miniature down. It just means I'm not going to get paint all over myself. And once this is dry, I can go back to the next part. My workshop is quite warm today, so the paint is drying quite nicely. But this first initial brown looks fantastic, and it's fantastic for wood. Okay. Right, I'm going to put that there now for a second. Just drink some coffee. Right then, these ones are drying nicely, so we can now do the bottoms. So we're just doing it in sections, and once one part's dry, we can move on to the bottom section. It's just a sensible way to paint. Sometimes I haven't got patience, and that's my biggest problem as a speed painter. I don't have much patience at all. I like to get the job done, but sometimes you really have to have a game plan on how to paint a miniature, and that is by doing it in sections, and then you're not going to make a mess everywhere and have fingerprints all over your paintwork. I mean, these are just basic rules, but it's a simple little rule to learn. But once you've learnt it, you'll always do it, and you'll learn by your mistakes. So now that's all painted, and that one's ready to go. Again, the next one. As you can see, I'm adding lots of brown, and I've already washed my brush a couple of times. It's important to keep washing your brush if you're using a lot of, say, undercoating like I'm doing now. It's really important to keep washing your brush, because what happens is if you just keep on going into the paint, there will be paint in the middle of that brush, and it will start to dry even though you've got wet paint on the brush. So what you're doing is, if you keep washing your brush as you're adding the paint, it will stop the paint drying inside the brush as you're painting. So it's quite important to always keep washing your brush, even if you're using the same color, if it's for a long time. So you just keep wash your brush, and what happens is that keeps it nice and clean in the middle, because your paint will dry over a long period of time using the same color, and lots of people make that mistake. I'm not going to cut these off the sprues here. I'm just going to paint them on the sprues. Just quickly go over the shield there. Fingies and toesies. I don't know, I take it you all saw my Kraken I did the other day. I was absolutely over the moon with that Kraken, how it came out. That colour shift paint is absolutely phenomenal for like making it like a fish scales. I keep on promoting my Msp Paint games, and the reason why is because I buy all my stuff from the UK from them. Once again, you can buy your colour shift paint from their shop, and you will get 10% off if you're a patron of mine. I don't know how the postage is working at the minute with Mighty Lancer games. I know there's no problems at all in the UK. They normally do post to all through Europe, but I have no idea what's happening now with the Brexit change, and I'm sure Mighty Lancer Games would be more than happy to tell anybody what's going on if anyone needs information. It's a tough old time with this Brexit. Everything's changing, the world's changing, and for small businesses like myself, it's really difficult. Most of my main bills is on postage costs. I keep on saying to Claire, I keep on saying, if I didn't have to pay all these damn postage prices, I'd be doing quite well for myself. The postman earns more than I do, and that's not right. As you can tell, it's a sore point for me. It's a very sore point for me. I just don't think it's fair that small businesses struggle so much. Being self-employed is the best thing I ever done, but oh my goodness, it's very, very difficult to run a small business. Yes, Michelle, it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. I mean, I don't want to put my prices up, and the problem is, if I put my prices up, it's only to cover the postage, so I don't actually gain from it. It's just everybody loses. I mean, you have to pay extra for the postage costs, so nobody's a winner apart from the postman and the taxman or whatever. Just doesn't seem right to me. Anyway, let's talk minis. That's depressing. Nasty postman. I've actually been talking to postman. I will talk a bit more because I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos lately in the USA, and the reason I've been watching is because most of my parcels go to the USA. So I've been watching these. It doesn't happen over here. But in the USA, all the parcels seem to be getting pinched from the doorsteps. It's like a real big thing over there. In the UK, the postman knocks on the door, hands you your parcel. If you're not in, then the parcel is taken away and then re-delivered when you are in. Yes, Mokai, you've got your mini on the way, and what happens is in the USA they all get pinched, and of course my miniatures are getting sent over there. So when I watch these horror movies on YouTube, I think, God, I hope my miniatures don't get pinched. I don't know if any of my patrons have had problems with people nicking their parcels, but what a horrible thing to do, nicking people's parcels. You're most welcome, Mokai. Okay. Hello, Gareth. Right, how are you doing for time? Yes, I need to quickly zoom on. Okay, so I've added some more of the brown. What I'm doing, I'm just using up the brown that we got here. But I'm also waiting for that paint to dry. And we can just blast in and give that a nice little dry brush in a minute. And add some nice colours to the browns to make the wood look more real. In fact, we'll do that now. Okay, let's move these out of the way. Little Vikings. Like I say, I will be doing a YouTube video on all the finished Vikings. So you don't have to worry about not seeing the whole things painted. I just wanted to show you the lovely set today, and hopefully show you a little bit of the painting of the wood, which is awesome and very nice. Now for the wood, I've got some driftwood brown. I'm just going to add some there to the palette there. And I'm also going to add some bleached linen. This is a creamy white. Okay, we'll start with the table. There we are. Now, for my dry brushing, I've got these masterclass brushes. I mean, I've been using these for the last week or so now, and I've been raving about them every single time I go onto the video. Again, you can get these from Mighty Lancer Games. These are a pack of 3 dry brushes, masterclass ones, and they're super fluffy and soft. And I do keep mentioning that you could probably get away with pinching your girlfriends, your wives, or your daughters' little blush, because it's the same type of thing that they put the makeup on their face with. But I never told you to do that, okay? I didn't say that. You didn't hear me say that. Okay, dry brush in. What we're going to do, we just add a little bit of this brown, like so, onto the end of the brush there. I'm going to take it off. And what we're going to do is we're going to work our way around the edges of this wood. Using the lighter brown. It's very fast and simple to do, and it doesn't matter if you make a mess because we shall be going over different parts of the table, and we're just working our way in. And what we're trying to do is give an antique-y, worn, used look to this table, and just by adding that brown, it's done that. And again, we'll do it with the chairs, and that's just the first little dry brush. What we do is we add a lighter one on top of that, and again we just go around the wood. We're using the lighter brown. This is where I was telling you about that tri-colours from Msp are very good, because you get all the colours you need to work your browns onto the miniature. Very, very simple. All we're doing is we add the paint to the brush, and we take the paint off, and then we just dry brush it on. Now what I'm going to do, I'm adding some brown like so, and I'm going a tiny weeny bit of that bleached linen I showed you. So we're just making that brown even lighter, and again we'll just go over the edges, just the edges of the table. This will really make the table look like it's been used and worn. very fast and simple. And it's mainly just working the edge of the table. So you've got the two tones, you've got the darker in the middle of the table where it hasn't been worn, and then on the edges it gets lighter and lighter because it's been worn by people using the table and scuffing against it. And we'll do the same on our seats. Just on the very edges, it's the last little dry brush you need. And it's a very simple way of making a very worn looking chair, a piece of wood. And again over the edges. And as you can see, that wood is already starting to look very worn, and it looks like wood. It's very nice. And what we do is we can add a light ink wash or dark ink wash over that. That will bring out all the recesses. So I'll probably do that in a bit as well. But that's just a very simple way to add instant aged and worn look to the wood there. And we'll do the same with these poles. I'm just checking to see if they are dry. Got a little bit of moisture on that one, and a little bit on that one. You can actually remove some of that just to help it dry off quicker. And again, we'll do the same. We're starting off with the brown, and we'll just work our way through all the wood, just slightly going over, very lightly dry brushed. This will pick out all the parts of the wood. Just working our way down. Very fast, simple to do. So that's one. You can see the difference straight away if I put them together. As you see, the first initial dark, now we've got that lighter coat on. So I'll do the same with this one, and then we should go on to the lighter dry brush. Actually, I need a little bit more of that driftwood brown. I need a little bit more. Thanks, Gareth. I get carried away. Painting. I'm ignoring chat. Sorry, guys. Okay, again, just simply going over the whole of the wood. I mean, wood is one of the let me say, wood is an absolutely fantastic looking thing to paint if you get it looking right. It really makes everything stand out so well. If you can get some nice dry brushing on the wood and make it look like wood, then you really are on your way, because it really enhances that miniature so much. And like I said, it's a very simple thing to do. You're starting off with that brown. All you're doing is you're starting off with a dark brown. You go on to a lighter brown, and again, once more, we add a little bit lighter. So all we're doing is we're adding a little lighter brown on top, and this time it's just on those edges. It's just on those edges, and that just gives a fantastic little worn wood effect. You know, years and years of old wood, you know, and it's starting to fade now, but the back of the wood has still got a nice little feel to it. It's just on the main edges, so we're edging the parts of the wood, and it just ages that wood instantly, just like so. I'll do the same with the other one. There we are. Absolutely super fast and super simple. Now, what I'm going to do before we call it a day, I am going to add that gold. Now, I got some brass, and this brass is fantastic for filling in those areas you want painted. So what I'm going to do is we're going to quickly add this. Anyway, a little bit of that. We've got a little masterclass brush here, a nice point on it. And let me get this out of the way. And I just want to quickly show you this before we say good evening. And what we're going to do is we're just going to go around all those little bits just quickly. There you go. Just going over the edges. I'm kind of going off on a Rohan thing here. I'm just adding that gold to the parts of the wood there, like they would do. They paint the wood. So we're just going to add this little bit of gold going through the wood on the rope there. It's just a little touch which really does look nice. And all we're doing is just quickly going over each part. Thank you for following. Phantom M Venom 69. I need to stop saying the names when they come up because some of them are very difficult for me to say. So as you can see, it's already looking absolutely beautiful. Just by adding that little bit of gold, we're just adding a little bit more to that pillar. And it kind of goes, because it's gold, it's going into that Viking theme. You can almost imagine their mead halls with these pillars. And then we'll have the throne next to it in the middle there. And these pillars will be all with the gold running through them. I've got my little biker fingers trying to grip hold of this tiny little bit of wood. We're getting there. We can do it. Thank you, Brian. It does. It makes a difference. Just adding that little bit of gold, it really makes a difference and just makes it stand out that little bit more. Like I say, if you've watched any of the Viking shows or Lord of the Rings, when you go on to the Rohan, you'll see that they've done this exactly the same. They have gold running through their beams in certain places, so it does add a little bit more and looks very nice once added. What you can do after the gold has dried is you add a little brown ink wash over the gold, and that really makes the gold stand out. It gives it a very antique-y, rustic effect to that gold, which is a very nice thing to do. There we are, this is the last little symbol. Let's see if I can get this without, there you go. And there we are. So that's our little pillar. I don't know if you can see that too well. So we've got the antique-y, worn looking wood, and we've got the gold going around, and of course we've got our little tables. And we'll do the same with the other one. And actually, I'll carry on with that chair. We got another 10 minutes. I got time. I want to show you a little bit of the chair before we leave today. But as you can see, the wood and the tables is all starting to come on really well. Let's get some focus in for you guys. You can't actually see what I'm doing. There we are. Let's put that there so you can see it a little bit better. But it's all coming on very, very nicely. It's a lovely little set, highly recommended to anybody who likes Vikings or anything like that. But let's see if we can just rip through this chair before I shoot off today. Let's get back with my dry brush. Thank you, Michelle. Hello, Casper Kenobi. It's nice to have Star Wars fans following me, as well as Reaper and Wizkids. It's very nice. I mean, I know Casper loves Reaper miniatures too. Kitty1616, thank you for following. Very, very kind of you. I hope you're enjoying the show. I'm trying my best to not get confused what I'm doing here. Okay, let's go back to this brown again. Actually, it was the driftwood brown I was using. Now, if you're very, very late to the show, I have been painting and showing you the Viking set from Wizkids Games. It's a beautiful set that comes with tables, chairs, NPCs, little piggies to cook, all sorts of goodies. Very, very nice. And what I'm doing is I'm just quickly painting some of the wood, just to show you a very fast and easy way to get your wood looking like wood. Actually, we need to go back into focus, don't we? Everything. Manual focus, it's okay, that's fine. There we go. So all we're doing is we've got that first dark brown. We are now going over the chair with our lighter brown. Just a very light dry brush. And a little bit more on the middle of the seat, because a little bit in the middle there will be more worn where it's being used and sat on, and the same here on the actual arms of the chair, and maybe a little bit worn at the back. So we've just got certain parts of that chair that'll be more worn than others from usage. Okay, so as you can see, you've got the little parts there, that'll be where the guy or the lady has been sitting in the chair. So what we're going to do now is just add a lighter brown, like I showed you on the pillars. And what we're going to do is we're going to work that into the edges of all the chair. And this is just the extreme edges. And this will just pick out a nice worn areas for this chair. The highest. Again, it's just the edges for that last highlight. It's not pure white, it's still brown. It looks like white because it's such a lighter color, but it's still brown. If I added pure white to my highlights for this chair, it would look too much. It would be out. It would be almost kind of like a blinding. It wouldn't be a natural looking worn. It would be too strong, should I say. So what we're doing is we're using much lighter browns. We're still keeping that brown in the paint because we don't want to lose all the brown. If it was just white, it wouldn't look real. So what we've done there, we've added that brown, and now you've got a nice little effect. And it looks worn without looking too unreal. It looks more natural, should I say. And there we are. That's a simple little way of doing the chair. The wood on the chair, very simple. And you can add ink washes, of course, to this. Read chat. Read the damn chat. What have I missed? What have I missed? Yes, thank you. Oh, my hands aren't in the frame. What? It's been here, has it? Damn it. Oh God! Has it been like that all the way through the stream? Thank you, Kitty. We're just about to wrap it up now because I finish at 8 o'clock. Yes, you do need to tell me. You do need to tell me when I'm doing things wrong, and I do apologise if. Hopefully, most of you saw roughly what I was doing. Yes. Did you all see roughly what I did with the wood and everything? I'm sure. I know a few people did say they liked what I'd done there. Good. Thank you everybody for subscribing and following tonight. That's really kind of you all. Quite a few of you popped on tonight, and it's been fantastic. I really had fun. I really do like painting these little box sets. I like all the little bits that come with the Wizkids miniatures. You know, like the little piggies, and they have all these little chests and all the other little lovely things. Thank you for following Paint Pixie. So it's been an absolutely pleasure painting with you all tonight and ignoring you all and painting off screen. And I do apologise for that. But I am getting better. I am. So I'll say I'll say goodnight to everybody. Love to everybody. Please stay safe out there. I know the world is a crazy place. I will be back on Thursday evening at 7 o'clock, and we shall be doing some Reaper miniatures. So until Thursday, all my love to every single one of you. I'll say goodnight. So you take care. I painted off screen. I can't believe I've done that.